We like to think our world is built on flawless engineering and bulletproof systems. But the terrifying truth: the most destructive forces on Earth aren't natural disasters. They are simple, everyday human choices. Forgotten line of code, a misunderstood warning, a supervisor trying to cut corners to hit a deadline. Today, we are looking at the top 10 most catastrophic disasters in history caused entirely by human failure, and the terrifyingly small mistakes that triggered them. Number 10. The Banqiao Dam. Built in China to withstand a once-in-a-thousand-years flood. But in 1975, Typhoon Nina hit. The human failure here wasn't just the weather. It was communication and design. Engineers wanted to open all the gates early, but their requests were denied due to bureaucratic delays. By the time they got permission, the sluice gates were blocked by silt. The dam collapsed, releasing a wall of water 20 feet high, leading to an estimated 171,000 deaths. Number 9. Tenerife. The deadliest accident in aviation history happened on a foggy runway, involving two massive Boeing 747 failure, heavy accents, vague radio terminology, and a captain in a rush. The KLM pilot mistakenly believed he had explicit clearance to take off. Because of heavy fog, he couldn't see the Pan Am plane still taxiing directly in his path. The collision killed 583 people and completely changed how pilots talk to air traffic control forever. Number 8. The Bhopal Gas Tragedy. Widely considered the world's worst industrial disaster, in December 1984, highly toxic mic gas leaked from a pesticide plant in India. The human failure was a cascading nightmare of cost-cutting. To save money, corporate management had turned off the refrigeration system meant to keep the gas cool, disabled the gas scrubbing safety systems, and ignored multiple internal warning reports. Over 500,000 people were exposed, and thousands died within hours. Number 7. Chernobyl. April 26, 1986. The world's worst nuclear disaster wasn't caused by an equipment failure. It was caused by an unauthorized, poorly managed safety test. Operators intentionally disabled critical automatic safety systems to run a test on Reactor 4. When the reactor became dangerously unstable, the operators panicked, triggering a fatal design flaw in the control rods that caused a massive power surge. The resulting explosion released 400 times more radioactive fallout than the Hiroshima atomic bomb. Number 6. The Titanic. The unsinkable ship didn't just go down because of an iceberg. It sank because of human arrogance. The crew ignored 6 separate wireless warnings about icebergs ahead because they wanted to set a speed record. Even worse, the lookouts didn't have access to binoculars. They were locked in a cabinet because a crew member who left the ship at the last minute forgot to hand over the key. 1,500 people paid the price for that complacency. Number 5. The Exxon Valdez. An environmental disaster that contaminated 1,300 miles of pristine Alaskan coastline. The captain left the navigation bridge, handing control over to an unqualified third mate. Combined with crew fatigue and broken radar equipment that management had refused to fix for months, the ship drifted completely out of the shipping lanes and crashed into a well-known reef, spilling 11 million gallons of crude oil. Number 4. The Space Shuttle Challenger. 73 seconds into flight, 7 astronauts lost their lives. Engineers explicitly warned NASA executives the night before that the freezing cold temperatures would cause the rubber O-ring seals to fail. But NASA management, facing massive public pressure to launch on schedule, ignored the engineers and chose to fly anyway. Number 3. Deepwater Horizon. The largest marine oil spill in history. BP was significantly behind schedule and millions of dollars over budget. To speed things up, they skipped a critical test on the concrete seal at the bottom of the well. Even when early pressure tests showed abnormal readings, clear signs of a gas bubble rising, managers chose to interpret the data incorrectly and keep working. The well erupted, killing 11 workers. Number 2. The Halifax Explosion. The largest man-made explosion before the atomic bomb in 1917. A French cargo ship packed to the brim with wartime explosives collided with a Norwegian vessel in a Canadian harbor. Why? Simple stubbornness. Both captains refused to follow standard harbor right-of-way rules, steering down the wrong side of the channel. The resulting blast leveled an entire city district and killed 2,000 people instantly.
Unknown vessel on my port, alter your course immediately.
Number 1. The Chernobyl Disaster. The absolute worst kind of human failure, because it targeted children, and it was entirely predictable. For years, the National Coal Board piled massive heaps of loose mining waste directly on a steep hillside above a Welsh village, ignoring frantic petitions from locals. The heap was built directly on top of underground water springs. In October 1966, the hillside liquefied into a roaring mass of black mud, engulfing a local elementary school. 116 children and 28 adults were killed in a disaster born of sheer official indifference. When you look closely at history, the pattern is obvious. It's rarely a single broken machine that destroys the world. It's a chain of small human failures, a skipped test, an ignored warning, a moment of pride. Which of these do you think was the most preventable? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive into history. Thanks for watching.